And there we go, we are live. And we are live with SCS number 346. And today I am also joined by a lovely gentleman, and he goes by the name of Dementio. Or was it Daniel?
Hello, I'm Daniel.
Okay, with the obvious joke out of the side, let's get to the important bits, and that is our teams here in the lobby.
I believe they are asking for pause.
They are asking for a minute, and
I'm
no, they can't get a
pausing.
minute.
I believe they
that
want the pause. It makes no sense to not ask for a pause in this case.
yeah.
They're usually 2 minutes, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Totally have a second timer going for 2 minutes. Totally not checking the sim overlay for the time.
Just as a clarification, I hope everybody can hear me. This is not the minute call, this is a pause.
Oh, this is our pause, okay. Like the
Yeah, there was no change in the last minute, and the minute only gets granted if there's a change in the last minute.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah, I thought you might want to pause.
Yeah, it would be good.
And we already have a bit of support in the chat here. With Fantastic Bat saying, "Go, Casey Sheridan," which is a player for Fresh Void. Actually, I forgot to introduce our teams here. On the red side, we are joined by Fresh Void with the pilots Zeno and Freddy. And on blue, we have Prudish Hemorrhage with the pilots Blackened Pies bringing a Mobula and Schweixen. So, and yeah, we are currently working our way through the lobby.
They paused like right on the 30-second mark.
Mhm. Well, one would say that's unfortunate timing, others would say that's fortunate timing.
Are they locked in the pause? I don't think they're locked actually. Okay.
So thing is with pauses, like the game is completely paused, so you're supposed to take no action. And I would say that swapping a ship is an action.
Anyway, the pause is now over.
Okay,
Imagine getting asked to co-cast, but really you're shoehorned to be a referee in the last minute. What a life that is to live. But a truly terrible, unfortunate life. Will we time out?
I can hear it. Yeah, the timer has run out. Well then, inform our teams, please.
Yes.
And there we go. Let's see if I have to use my magic button.
Is it spamming if I spam the match as the referee?
No.
Okay. Also, I need to... How do I turn off the alarm? How do I turn off the sound? Yeah. Well, a bit of a rough start for some teams, but I hope it's all going well on Duel at Dawns. Please, who are we watching?
Huh?
Who are the viewers?
Who are the viewers?
No,
I think
who
so. One of them is, I think,
watch?
Fantastic Bat, and
Fantastic.
you are in the chat.
Hey,
obviously.
Fantastic Bat, you get a shout out.
But I see that you are in the chat.
Hey.
But yeah, while I really quickly start the timer, we will be getting to ship call out soon. Okay, and now I actually need to press this button here as well. And there we go. Ship number 1 is the Way. It is a Pyramidion piloted by Zeno. It's an Artling with top deck Gatling, Artemis, Side Flamer, and Flak. Ship number 2 is the Ruby Rose. It is a Magnet piloted by Freddy. On the right side, he's bringing Banshee, Artemis, Watcher, and on the left side, we have Gatling, Flak, Carronade.
And for the Brutish Emirate, we have a Mobile Pond Rider, Black and Pie, piloted by Black and Pies. Top Hades and top wing, Flamer, and Banshee, and bottom Flag and Gatling. And it's ally the Unseen Unsung, a junker piloted by Schweizken. Left side double Artemis, and top front Gatling, and right side Flag Gatling. Look at that.
Oh, quite your standard junker build, I feel like.
It's weird that that's become the standard. Like, people used to have 2 piercing guns on the bottom deck, and they still do, but they still have they now have double Artemis on the side as well. But it used to be Artemis on the top and Artemis on the front, and Hades on the bottom deck. In my day, back in my day.
I tell you, son, back in my days, we were using the real guns.
Also noteworthy, this mobile has brought Drift Sail.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that could be fun. I know Drift
Also, I would just like to point out really quick, we are not paused. Teams are just not moving.
Yeah, that makes sense because everyone has
but
long
we-
range guns. They don't.
Sorry
really
to
want
interrupt, but now we actually have a move out. With blue team making a move through the southeastern area of the map. And they might actually encounter... Never mind, that Bromby was facing the wrong way.
They probably suspected that red team goes around to south around the map and try to flank them, but they didn't expect red team to not move at all.
Oh,
The
oh,
surprise!
they might find each other in a second. Yep, there we go. We have all spots out.
They're pretty close. The spawn meeting is going up. The junker being shot, and the mobile is still turning. It's still turning.
The fate of the Mobula.
Quickly, look at that.
Oh, that is a break on the Ruby Rose.
The double
and-
Gatling hit is doing work.
Yeah, that's also tap a follow-up. Quarter of the perma is gone.
And it's awesome.
And they are broken again. Yeah, the way trying to put some Gatling onto the Pond Rider here, but they are either not hitting or out of range. I presume out of range.
Yeah, Gatling appears to be just out of range. But I think like most of the engagement, the parameter was too low, so its Artemis could not support its ally.
Hmm.
And spent just time going upwards.
It's like with Artling specifically, you more or less, I feel like you more or less always want to be at the height ceiling or just a bit below, but definitely not on the bottom.
It's definitely a good idea to get up. This parameter doesn't have hydrogen, so he took him in to get up. The Magnet is still losing armor, and
Interestingly enough, actually,
unspotted. So this is why red team cannot shoot back. They didn't.
Yeah,
They didn't see
and
him for the
interestingly
stance.
enough, the Red Pyrrha is running shoot vent.
Yeah.
Not hydrogen, and usually we see hydrogen.
Point
Oh,
for
that
the getting
is a dead
aggressive there.
Magnate. So
Yeah.
if you would kindly call First Kill Blue in the chat. Thank you.
Content.
And that is another break. That is actually 3 Gatlings going ham there. And half the more than half the promo of the way is gone.
Flags were not ready for that one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, seems like he does, in the end did not know the way.
He knows the way back to Zala, though, as they have managed to regroup.
It's
Back
good to
together,
hear.
Hades going right in front of the spawn meter, threatening to hit it. If it ever stopped flying backwards, that Hades would immediately annihilate it. But not Ruby Rose coming to protect the way.
Yeah, okay. Now we see that the way is in a bit of a double focus, with the Junker joining the battle while the Ruby Rose appears to try to flank, or they're just waiting for Blue Team to push, and I don't think Blue Team wants to push here.
Yeah, I don't think so either. They probably suspect. I mean, they have seen the magnet around the corner, and I believe the way is trying to bait them forwards by, like, if you see on the map, the way is going all the way back. They're
Yeah,
trying to bait
they
them
are really
forward
trying
so
to
the
bait
magnet
here.
can get them from the side.
But Blue Team is not doing it, and now the way is clearly losing the long range.
Yeah, against the Hades, it does still have an Artemis to fight at long range with, but the Junker has 2 Artemises, so it's still very tough.
Oh, but now the
Ruby Rose
Ruby
going in.
Rose actually made a move here. Got a pop on the Junker. And a break.
And armor break.
Double broken, actually, yeah.
And the
Oh,
flags! And the Junker
and the
dies
flags
instantly, but
connect!
the Veil's losing armor quickly. Oh no.
Come on!
The f-
Ah, Pond Rider, what are you doing here? Who is on your flux? No one! That's the problem!
They might have been repairing.
Yeah, they
down
were
the
definitely
radar,
most
they managed
likely
to do it. The
repairing.
flag's connecting. They did it.
Yay!
But the engine is broken. It's the magnet just shoots it from behind. But the hydrogen.
Oh, but yeah, Hydro
dodge.
comes in, and I think that balloon is also buffed.
That was an odd engagement. I'll be honest.
Actually, it's not buffed. The balloon is not buffed.
Yeah, no,
is
Mirabel does not
it?
need a buff balloon.
Yeah, it doesn't,
That's
okay.
the one thing. That's the one thing it really doesn't need.
Okay.
Well,
Well-
the balloon. No, not they managed to keep the balloon.
Alright. Oh, but the Ruby Rules will most likely lose their armor here with 3 Gatlings going ham and Flux. No, sorry, those are Banshees. Going out. But it doesn't matter what goes out. That's the majority of the Magnet's Permagon. And that is terrain. Oh, but he actually
Managed to
manages to get past.
They're still alive somewhere, dodging all the flags.
Most likely.
Others-
Oh,
Others are
but
not
this turn will... this turn just sealed their fate, I feel like.
It's likely that they thought the longer they wait, the more likely the ally has to spawn by themselves. And they don't want the ally to be by themselves.
Also, to the viewers
bunch.
here, the few viewers we actually have, if you have any questions about the Mobula, I have the expert with me tonight.
Pro strategy of the Mapla, you spawn camp. So, I won like 60% of my Mapla games, just sitting in the enemy spawn. Works every time. Except when the enemy moves into your spawn, and then you have to kill him in your spawn, and then you can't spawn camp because you're too far away, like in this case. Back to square one. Except blue's winning.
Well, and actually, the Pond Rider has been broken at some point, and they lost like 1% of the perma damage. Do not
Spooky.
underestimate the 1%. But yeah, looking at the bigger picture right now, Prue Shamrock on blue is in the lead with a score of 3-1. They are holding on to the kill advantage. Both ships of them are technically or more or less undamaged. So all 4 ships in this game are currently more or less undamaged. Basically undamaged, whatever you want to say it. 11:40 on the clock.
I feel like if Red Team was a bit more aggressive, they would get kills more quick. The one time they broke the Junkus balloon, they managed to kill very quickly. But they haven't done that in every other engagement.
Also, the Magnet actually has a bit of a build that you can really well brawl with,
Yeah.
and especially
The only
with
problem is it has only one Gatling on one side.
yeah,
So if it ever has to brawl with a Watcher, it's unlikely to get a kill with it.
yeah,
But
that seems like a bit of a missed setup.
I believe
Because-
the idea is to have a forward to effective the Gatling, Flag, and Artemis, and when the armor breaks, the engineer can just from the Gatling to the Banshee, and you have more consistent.
Yeah, still
Whole
I do.
threat
I feel
damage.
like usually when we see ships, also when I build my ships, I usually want to. If I'm running a ship with a Watcher, I usually want to get the kills on the Watcher side.
It's really up in the air. I can see the idea that if you get a disable with the Watcher and the Artemis, you have time to turn around to the other side. But it's also possible that you don't get the chance.
The problem is,
It's a risk
if
you take.
even if you get it disabled, the question is how good is the disable,
Hmm.
and does the enemy actually give you time to execute your strategy?
Now the Magnet's gotten a lot closer now. Or Blue Team has actually gotten a lot closer now. They're doing a lot of damage to this Magnet again, almost breaking its armor. Barely. The one
Oh,
fire
there we go.
strike
That
getting
is
the
a break. No follow up though.
But Blue Team was not ready for this.
Yeah.
That's a change to it.
Blue team needs to be careful right now. Sorry, red team, I mean. Because what it seems like right now is that they are
Oof, the
they
Banshee's
might
taking
get
the
stuck
fire.
in a switching movement.
Reverse,
If
they're
they're not
going for the
careful.
pop, but they're going to be double broken.
Ouch, that hurts. And
flags.
with the flags and the banshees connecting,
That's a double flag.
the Ruby Rose holds on just barely.
Another
There's
raise.
one shiny, polished screw holding that ship together.
No, you almost broken Hades. But the
They're
flags were
broken
not
again.
ready.
Even more perma damage suffered. I mean,
But the race doing a good work against the unsung hero as the Magnet dies in the background.
Yeah. Oh, actually, the way going down together with the Junker, executing that shoot man, and actually now dropping below the Junker, dropping
If they
completely
had
out
not
of any
done that,
arcs, any
they
feasible
could
arcs
have-
for them,
The
dropping
balloon
even
venting still.
further. I don't know why, but I'm suspecting that he forgot to change, and now he's using assuming that he has hydrogen.
Some people prefer balloon vent over hydrogen, but I think he wanted to go below the ship and use it as the unseen casually bumping
I mean,
into the pipe.
usually if you really want to do the height game for Pyrrha, I feel like having Hydro is really good, and just for the downwards movement, you just have a buffed balloon.
It's always a trade-off. Hydrogen is more consistent because you often need to be higher than lower.
Yeah,
Even
especially
because-
with Artling.
Oh, the flag's barely missing. The balloon vent doing its
Ooh.
work.
But now he needs to be
Okay.
careful not to bump on the terrain.
Balloon vented
But-
again, but it does not matter.
Ah.
That's all the flags
Well.
and all the gatlings.
This has been the very first match, and it will be Prudish Hemorrhage obtaining the victory with a final score of 5-1. I believe. Yes, 5-1.
They did it.
They will
If I
be
was a
moving
staff
on
member,
to
I would then take
phase.
into the challenge.
We know
but
that
I'm
already?
not.
Okay. Prudish Hemorrhage will move on to face either Artemis Fever Dream or Dreampunk Groove. And we will now be moving to the lower bracket. And we will be having fun with canned beans and the jackdaws. And
Uncanny
we are setting everything up. I will give you once again some enjoyable music to listen to. And we will be back once we have everything set up. And with that, we are coming back right now. So let me also give you the up. I already did. Good, good, good.
Hello.
So yeah, we are now in our second lobby here on Canyon Ambush. And in the lobby right now, on the red team, we have Canned Bees with the pilots Portable Grump and Best Fun. And on the blue team, we are joined by the Jackdaws with the pilots Sanaton, Seppa, and Travel. Also, shout out to Portable Grump for getting a clan ship going.
Look at that, they even got Womack to come back. He's I haven't seen him in forever.
Okay, and we have 1 minute on the clock.
No, not really.
Oh. I'm blind. I meant we have 30 seconds on the clock. So, with ships locked, we will be going into this match with Crusader Magnate going up against Junker and Spire.
And can I cancel the timer before the thing? Didn't want my alarm to go off into the microphone again. 'Cause my microphone is directly over my phone.
Oh, you know that at least with the iOS, you have the option to have the sound be stop currently playing. So then it just stops. It doesn't actually play any sound. Oh, and we are actually people readied up.
Oh my gosh.
Can I get some applause? Can I get some claps in the chat, please?
Well, they didn't ready up for the timer, so
They didn't ready up before the timer was over, but they readied up, and I didn't have to force start this. That's the important bit.
I turned off the sound. Let's see. Maybe this will not happen
Also,
again. And
give
now
me-
for the canned bees.
Not yet! Not yet!
They're like trying to distract them. They canned bees. The red team fighting against Jackdaws on the blue team.
Okay,
Ships are
then.
moving forward.
Let's get going here. Ship number 1 is the quite possibly beast. It is Crusader piloted by Portable Grump. On the right side, we have Caronate Flak Gatling. On the left side, we have Watcher Flak Gatling. And ship number 2 is the Magnetic Resonance. It is a Magnate piloted by Best Fun. On the right side, we have Gatling Flak Watcher. And on the left side, we have Gatling Artemis Caronate.
And for the blue team, we have the Junker, Key Poopies there, piloted by Sanaton Seppa. It's left side double Artemis, so flag front shooting, double Gatling shooting, and its ally is a Spire, piloted by Travel. How much a double Gatling flag? And here we go, it's broken. It was balloon actually.
It was
And
balloon, but
Crusader
quite possibly Beast actually was broken and they suffered a metric ton of power damage. Also, Autocon, what the fuck are you doing in the chat? What's he doing in the lobby?
Junker completely.
Junker completely disabled.
Keep going, Solderim, I'll tell him.
Episodes. What? Okay. So, what we have going on right now? We have an almost broken Spire. We have a quite heavily disabled Junker that people are actually sitting on. Well, I say people, it's Magnetic Resonance. And we have a Crusader that is not holding on to much of its power, and the Junker actually died. First kill red.
First kill red team.
Also known as quite possibly, sorry, not quite possibly bees. I mean Kent bees.
It could also be quite possibly bees. As a Spire gets disabled by a Watcher and broken by their Watcher.
And the Spire is actually double broken, and they failed to break the Crusader with that ram.
But now it's in the 1v1 against the Crusader. It's quite possible.
mean,
That is able to
considering-
1v1 it now, man. No, you lost
And
it.
considering how low the Crusader is on perma, that would actually be a viable strategy to just ram it, but not with the
They
the
they
position
decided-
Spire is right now. They ended up
decided,
getting
yeah.
popped, sitting there, being dropped to the floor, and they died there.
They
2-0
did
lead.
have enough time
Red.
to repair, but they decided to respawn with the ally, who is wisely trying to hide behind a little bit of cover and now flying via top speed with Kerosene that drift sail.
Kerosene
Not
drift sail.
No, drift sail.
Drift sail on a Junker, okay.
You could
Interesting
do
decision.
Moonshine on a Junker with failsafe. It's quite doable.
But one thing I actually can very nicely point out here. Red team will go into the next engagement with a bit of a disadvantage because the Crusader is one break away from death. And
And it,
Crusaders are just a really nice scan platform, and you can dish out a lot of damage as long as you stay alive.
the Crusader's figurehead is barely holding on for dear life. The
Oh yeah,
poor
yeah,
woman,
I can see that.
She's
Yeah,
like, no, don't
yeah.
shoot me. I don't
Actually,
want to fall.
interestingly enough, when a Crusader takes perma damage, the glass windows on the front of the ship break,
That's interesting. I've never noticed it.
and that's
As they engage the blue team into the spawn, the Spire are going to be the first target with the magnet. Oh, but the red team is going to
the
double
thing is
focus
also
at Spire.
that Spire is running double gat, and double gat can break people really quickly, but it will be them getting broken as they get stuck on some terrain. Crusader
double hop
and
option.
Magnet being
And
ready
double
for it. And God damn it, I should. Okay. And yeah, with that lovely double focus being displayed here, the Spire gets exterminated. And the Junker follows really quickly as once again double focus, 2 Gatlings going ham, and also all Flux being ready here. 4-0 lead for Red with not even 5 minutes past the escape.
That's how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Focus. Yeah, in the beginning of this engagement, the Spire was a little bit far ahead, and he tried to retreat, but it just rammed itself into this giant metal.
Actually, he
metal structure.
reversed into the structure. But yeah, in the end, I think it rammed, yeah.
He was a bit more forward. And the Junker was a bit more further behind in the clouds, and he couldn't support his
Okay. So, Red team should actually be aware of the rough position of Blue team right now. Well, in a second.
They do appear to have an idea. Let's
Yeah,
see, go
definitely.
over this rock.
I mean, from that position, they could very well confirm that they have to have spawned in the western area of the spawn, and not the eastern.
Indeed. Keep up Pista actually going on very quickly and engaging the Crusader soon.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, shooting the magnet instead. Oh, they're gonna be double focused at this angle.
Oh no.
Oh, the balloon is gonna break. The arm is already broken.
Oh,
But
that
they cannot
and
launch
the
without the
Watcher
balloon?
going in, disabling a lot of stuff there with some fluff. Oh, the Crusader actually breaks right now. But
Flak's
no
barely
Flak
missing.
follow-up just yet. I'd rather say that they get
Oh,
it
the Junker
going. That is a kill for the blue team here, finishing off the Crusader, but the Hoge Booth is really not looking good right there. Holding on to less than half of the perma, Junker being out of the fight for now, coming back right now. But the Magnate finishes off the Spire. And the victory goes to the Canned Bees on Red. With a final score of, once again, 5-1 against the Jackdaws.
A lot of Gatlings today and a lot of flags.
I mean,
That will get a kill, even if you're by yourself.
so, Canned Bees will now move on to face don't be safe. To face Poet and Peasant. And we will be back with you once we have that assembled. Until then, I see you around. One. And we are returning right now. I've been a bit longer than I anticipated. But we are back. And
Okay.
right now in our lobby here, we have on the red side Poet and Peasant with the pilots Cowboy Six Guns and Waffle Ghost. And on the blue, we are once again joined by Canned B. This time around, though, with Ictrel and Best Fun Piloting. 1 minute on the clock.
1 minute.
There's a lot that can go wrong in one. Or go right.
Change at the last few seconds. What do I do?
Ooh, that's nasty.
Now, how does the last minute work? Do people have to announce it, or is it automatic?
It's not odd. Yep, they just asked for the minute. Then give them the minute. It's 1 minute, 1.5 to match start, 1 minute to lock.
I need more timers for this kind of thing. Maybe I
You
should
get used to it.
stop. I don't think I want to get used to it. That's the thing.
That's also a fair thing to say. Ooh, that is another change there. Man. Also, fantastic bat. Applesauce. Why?
Episode.
Please explain yourself.
You don't like applesauce?
It just came out of the blue, so I'm curious as for why.
Oof, that was a close one.
Oh yeah, that was a really close one.
It did change only one gun, so hopefully that isn't going to be a problem for the other team.
I mean, now it is too late, since these will be the ships they will be flying with. As so, there can't be much left on that timer.
Yeah, it's just 10 seconds now.
Okay.
And here we go. Is there gonna be noise? There isn't, I did it! I disabled the noise. And let's see.
I just noticed that if I want the claps to not be overly loud, I actually need to go back quite the way into my room.
You don't want it to be like this.
And with that,
Good
I will-
job, everyone!
I will button this in existence.
I can't
Oh,
clap
it-
video
Okay.
like this.
The applesauce, applause just got explained. Good. Thank you for that. Also keep in mind that all actions here are delayed by a minute.
Oh.
Okay then, ship number 1 is the Mustang. It is a Shrike
Sauce.
piloted by Cowboy Six Guns. And on the left side we have Gatling Watcher, and on the right side we also have Gatling Watcher. Very creative. Ship number 2 is the Waffle House, piloted by Waffle Ghost. And it is a Spire with bottom deck Gatling Watcher, and on top deck we have double Banshee.
And for the canned bees flying across the map like the red team is doing on the other side, we have a Spy Smoothie Brain piloted by Ictril with a top Antimus Gatling and bottom Banshee Havaksha, and its ally, the supercharged Firefly, piloted by Best One. Front Artemis Gatling and left side Flamer Flag standard outlaying. Don't use a
Very standard
flamethrower if the
outlaying.
other team has Cam Spray. Does the other team have Cam Spray? They do not. Okay, whatever.
Also, just
Hate
saying,
me.
both Spires are drifting. Like,
Yeah,
one,
I've
both
noticed,
both
like-
Spires are running
but they're-
moonshine
They're about
drifting.
to drift into each other here.
Ooh,
The Waffle
this
really
might be
is
a
not
spicy
stopping.
one.
They really did not stop drifting.
Ah,
They
okay.
impact bumpers.
Yeah, the Waffle House actually has impact bumpers. Oh, but they are
They're
broken right now, with both blue ships being on them. No follow-up though. Oh, but didn't get
Ironically,
another
the spy
break?
is faster than his strike ally, so they engage a little bit too fast.
Yeah, oh, but that is another break on the Waffle House. The Supercharged Firefly has a watcher. Has some watchers in the rear though. Getting a lot of stuff disabled there.
Oh, his engine's broken. That could spell doom for this army then.
Engines gone, guns gone, armor gone.
Smoother brain for a second shot it's all a Parmetian, but they now realize that the strike is the enemy and not his ally. And Waffle House, is it going for remedies? Three big bumpers. Well,
Ooh,
it's a
boy,
slow ramp,
yeah,
but
that
it's
actually,
hitting.
that is a Smoothie Brain broken.
Oh, I'm broken on the Supercharged Firefly.
And also,
is going on,
all
they're
of the
tanking.
guns are missing there. But how hard are they tanking?
They are
That
little
is
people.
a double tank.
Might have had a positive moment. The armor came back quickly. So the strike trying
Oh, but
to
yeah,
hold.
Supercharged Firefly is really not looking good out here, and they are in full-on tanking mode, trying desperately to maintain their armor and guns, with the Waffle House being well in their face.
Turning for its spy counterpart. Arching its engines, that could
Oh,
work. Its arm is broken.
both spires were broken actually, so Smoothie Brain is broken. Was. Yeah, and Supercharged Firefly, they are going down. Waffle House,
It-
broken. With
It's gonna
follow-up
drop
going,
first.
follow-up
Parmetian
going in
spy,
there.
spy, or spy.
Yeah, who is going to die first? That is a good question.
Everyone's
And-
tanking and shooting guns.
The Waffle House is broken once more, so is the Smoothie Brain though. But the Waffle
Look at
House
the
has
Waffle
way
House.
less perma. They are one Artemis shot away from death, I think.
The Waffle House is getting double focus while none of the blue
Oh, but
ships
the
are up on
Supercharged Firefly breaks and takes the last bits of damage, and they go down. First kill for Powder Peasant on red.
Oh, definitely note that down. I totally remember that. Totally remember that as a spy is double broken and gets annihilated by Gatling Havaches and Banshees. And the ground. They did.
and
On
the ram.
That was,
Well, I guess that wasn't a ram. That was more a unfriendly bump.
that was
but
the Guns of Victor was Alliance Deluxe. Gatling Havache ram and terrain. That's totally something that exists. That didn't totally make up in that very moment.
I mean, the best combo is the Paraton Gatling shots terrain.
the
Actually,
Gatling train.
not Gatling shots. One Gatling shot, and then terrain.
Yeah, the Gatling crane perfector is pretty strong in Paragon Rumble. Never underestimate it. Interesting to note, in that fight, a lot of ships lost their balloon, particularly the blue team. Even though the red team doesn't have a single carronade. They just shot benches and burned down the blue team's balloons. Fun fact. Extinguisher balloons.
Okay, we have the Mustang going low and actually passing through underneath the blue ships without seeing them. Oh, but there we go. There are spots as the blue team descends upon the Waffle House.
The Waffle House is so low. It's trying to balloon block and it's working. Oh, thank God they have.
But the Supercharged Firefly is going down really quickly, getting their watchers. Sorry, no watcher on the Pyrrha. That would be scary. But still,
They
this is a
stopped
break
touching.
on the Waffle House.
There's
Templar
to
follow.
get some Havachi on the Paramedian, but that might just put them in more danger. Smoothie Brain now.
Smoothie Brain actually broken, but the Waffle House in no position to follow this up as they're missing all the guns. And that is another break, and that is a legit get kill.
That's a kill.
And I will
Yep.
claim that was a get kill. You can't prove it otherwise.
I believe it was a bench that killed it because they were spamming benches.
It was a get kill.
Could have been the Artemis too. We don't know.
Actually, I think you can watch the stream back and see it. No,
we
it was a
could
get
do
kill.
that. Or we could watch a Shrike get charged by Moonshine Driftsteel Spire. Catching up to the damn thing. Oh my god. And they have watched the disabling Shrike beautifully.
That just looked very wrong. Like, a Shrike is supposed to charge the Spire, not the other way around.
It could not even come.
And now the Shrike will end up almost getting ram killed.
but they died to guns first. And the Waffle House instantly broken and disabled and ramming.
Oh boy. It's Movie
The-
Brain
the-
not messing around. Getting that, and with the Supercharged Firefly jumping in, Waffle House finding themselves in double focus. Most of them are missing their armors, missing it.
Nothing
They
much,
go
yeah.
down.
Just not to be. You get it?
Yeah, don't worry, I'm fine.
Now, one
just-
thing to note about the Spire charging the Shrike is the Shrike has kerosene and no drift cell. So it's quite a bit slower than what you're used to seeing from a Shrike. Which is why it physically could not escape that Spire.
Let me just pull up a random chart I have lying around that I totally did not get from Fitness. The Shrike actually has a quite significantly higher top speed than the Spire, with Spire having 28 and Shrike having 38. But yeah, Drift Sail. Enough said.
And Moonshine.
And
the
Moonshine
Shrike
as
only
well,
has
yeah.
kerosene, so the speed difference gets. And the Shrike was flying backwards at that time, and they spotted now. Can they see blue team?
Yeah.
They do. Everyone is spotted. It's a general
Yeah.
sequence. Yeah.
Score was 3-2. So blue team is actually able to end this match right here, right now.
Or will red team take the win after all? As a double
Stay
focus
tuned
sticks
and
with
find
free fall.
out. No, find out and stay tuned.
The ram on the smoothie print breaking his balloon again.
Oh, but the Waffle House was broken as well. No follow-up coming out of the Smoothie Brain, though. And the Supercharged Firefly getting watched by the Mustang. No damage dealt, or almost no damage dealt, though. And in the Spire duel, it seems that the Waffle House is getting the short straw here.
They keep getting disabled by the Overwatchers. They're not timing the rebuilds with
Oh,
their
both Spires broken. They ram. And even though they had impact bumpers, they take a lot of damage.
The rammed as the armor broke. And then the branches of the smoothie branches did the rest.
Yeah. And that is that Waffle House. Smoothie Brain, they will take a second to recover here. But the Mustang is now in a very troublesome spot unless they manage to get out.
They're trying.
They are
burning the
trying, that is
kerosene
true.
with both engines, and they.
Oh, but the Spire is getting the Moonshine and the Rift Side going. And
wow,
also
this
the
is awesome.
Supercharged Firefly is running the Moonshine as well here. Just constantly burning that Moonshine.
Name of
they-
the game is if you have Moonshine, you can move.
Yeah.
If you don't,
And
you
the
get
Mustang
surprised
will
by a
end
Drift
up
Shot
in a double
Spire.
focus like this with the Spire coming out of an unexpected angle.
But
Oh,
his
but it
Spire
will-
is getting disabled first, and the Waffle House has respawned
Yeah.
behind and shooting branches into it already.
Oh boy, this might just be the demise of the Smoothie Brain if they're not careful. Especially if Incubator creeps
But
over
the
that.
Mustang!
But it will work out!
The Mustang got rammed and shot by Gatling and atoms of Gatling. The
But
Spire-
with that Spire getting there's final rams on the Mustang, it will be the Can't Bees on blue obtaining the victory once more with a final score of 5-2 in favor.
It could have been quite possibly
Bees.
Bees.
And Can't Bees will now move on to face not 4-2. Brutish Hemorrhage, which we had seen before, but they got knocked out by Artemis Fever Dream.
Well, they didn't get knocked down rather. It's lower brackets, not the end of the game yet.
And we will be back once we have that assembled. And we are coming back yet again. Go.
I removed half of my finger now.
It is time. Time has come yet again. And right now in the lobby on the red team, we have Brutish Emirage again. Pilots are still Blackened Pies and Schweixen. And on the blue team, you should know them by now. We are joined by Canned Bees with the pilots Yggdrasil and Bestfon. Okay, we have 1 minute on the clock, or less.
Oh, 45 seconds, 32, 42, 41. Oh my god, it's going so quickly. It's like every second is passing.
And we once again have the change to a Mobula here.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
I can see Daniel doing jumping in his room here.
I'm literally not moving anywhere.
I know. Well, not do you, blue team, do you?
Well,
Let's find out. Okay, they are good. So,
purple, please. Hold on, let me write.
please ready up.
Oh, it's great. That was a great lobby timer.
I think Casey was with Fresh Void, and Fresh Void were eliminated. Yeah, so they got knocked into the lower bracket by Brutish Emirage in the first round, and then they went into the other arm of the bracket. So you won't see them in this stream again. At least not today. Maybe next week.
Goodbye.
Also, maybe next week. Hint, hint.
It's nice knowing you.
Yeah. Okay,
Sign up
so
for Crucible.
sign up for Crucible. We are off on to water hazard. I would be careful with the water. It is hazardous.
Because it destroys your entire ship if you land in it.
Indeed, it does. And while I get a timer going,
Oh
Daniel,
my god! They're moving!
Daniel can talk shit for a second.
They're no, just moving.
Okay,
It's
your
moving up the
second has
Supercharged
passed.
Firefly over here, while the red team is just moving parallel to each other. Look, yes.
Okay, then ship number 1 is the Pond Rider. It is a modular pilot by Blackened Pies, and he is bringing Flak Flamer on the right, Hades on top, and what do we have here? Get Banshee on the left. And then ship number 2 is the Performative Artling. Is a Pyrondian piloted by Schweixen. It's actually a carrot, not an Artling. Top deck Carronade Artemis, side Banshee, and Flare. God, what am I saying here?
And this
Daniel.
time for the Canned Bees, we have again the Smoothie Brain piloted by Yggdrasil with a yet again top Gatling Artemis, bottom Banshee, Vulture, and it's LA Supercharged Firefly flown by Bestfon, Artemis, Gatling, side Flamer, flag engaging the Pond Rider.
Also, we once again have a Drifting Mobula and a Drifting Spire.
Who drifts better? Let's find out in Tokyo.
Well, I guess that you're kind of biased towards the Mobula.
I think Spire's a better drift, to be honest. See, that's a common misconception. People think that I'm like super on the like super biased for the Mobula, but I mean I know it's the best ship in the game, but like come on, people. I fly 11 other ships in the game.
You know that there are 13.
I'm not just a Mobula pilot.
Okay, which ship aren't you flying then?
I don't fly. I've flown Shrike recently. Stormpeak and Squid even. Some Judgment I have not flown forever since it was changed. Poor ship. Only triple L blues in it.
I actually like Judgment. This is a nice niche ship.
Yeah. Now, blue team is getting those Artemis disables on the performative Artling, which is currently not performing very well, might I add.
That might be because it's not actually an Artling and rather a carrot.
Oh, look at that. Yet again, deceived. So,
I mean, it was worse when it was a meta median. Like, I called the name, but it is the performative artling pilot by Spread. It is a meta median.
I like the Pyro has a flare on 3, and I actually like this because people often forget about needing a flare. So Supercharged 5 like his armor broken by the Hades and the flags. All of
And
them hit.
bumping on this, bumping on the spike as well, and that just cost them a bit less than half their perma.
Spoon is also weak. That Hades is slowly burning it down.
Yeah.
But poor Firefly.
Oh, and that is this movie brain broken. There was that a flag shot? I mean, that flag shot just went somewhere, but definitely not.
I mean, look at the Spire. Like, try to hit the flag on a speed team.
Yeah. Oh, but still, these flags. Oh, no, these are actually banshees. I'm sorry, but still, they are a bit all over the place.
Remember, both banshee and flag.
Yeah. So we have the blue team getting themselves some cover, or specifically this movie brain, also getting a bit of a, not really a flank, but a different engagement angle going. While the performative artling is chasing the supercharged Firefly. Oh, and that's a break on this movie brain.
But it loses armor quickly, and the flags are landing, but not all of them. And they are actually going out on the Pond Rider. But so far, it's.
Oh, and that is a broken Pond Rider. With Banshee Fire coming out, and that is half the Mobilus Perma gone. Actually, more than half. Tad bit more than half.
Hydrogening into the top of the spike.
Ooh, this might prove lethal if they're not careful. And it is lethal. First kill blue. But the smooth brain is really not looking good.
The smooth brain was not very smooth balloons.
Well, I guess that the name is referring to the pilot having.
Are you saying April has?
Maybe he has right now a smoothie brain. Maybe right now.
It's by immediately teleporting behind his performative artlings engines and disabling them. Well, they're not all disabled, but they're all very low on HP. But Parmesan is not going to move a lot as it's getting Gatlinged. And Gatling and Banshee and flagged and Hawatshot. Go. Hawatshot, go. There you go, Hawatshot!
And that is all their guns gone, and that is also their armor gone. With the Banshee and Flak follow-up, well, Flak's missing, but the Banshee follow-up actually landed. Showing a bit more weight at that perma, and that's another break. And the smoothie brain actually coming in for the ram, but it's not gonna connect as the supercharged fire. Sorry, the performative artling dies before the smoothie brain can impact.
Totally not late on that notification. And Pond Riders being all by itself at the edge of the map as blue team is closing in, despite just waiting to press that mooch on the rift button. Oh, it did it! It activated. They are just
drifting. And actually, right now, what they could do, which is something very silly that I sometimes do when I fly a mooch and drift a ship, is just charge off the edge of the world and let the drift sail and the wind push you back again.
That is a good maneuver when you need to retreat, but in this case they have the perfect upper hand. They don't need that much speed. They're intercepting the smooth brain just barely, but not enough as it just rams through both of them. With gauntlets.
And actually, I presume Banshee Fire from the smooth brain finishes off the Pond Rider. Another kill. It's grabbed for the blue team here. And once again, a red ship being lonely on the field. Watcher goes out. Somewhere.
Too low altitude. It's possible.
Oh, but what is the smooth? Okay, there. Smooth brain's armor is on fire. That's.
And the performative artling does not have any piercing damage, so it's missing out a little bit of a smooth brain coming around the mid in the front. It's going to be disabling all its guns. Oh no!
Almost all. The only thing the performative artling is holding on to here is the flare.
Oh, it could overhit like at least 2 guns. Pond Rider responding behind the smooth brain.
And that is a break on the smooth brain. So where are the flags? Give me those flags.
Oh, they landed. The Spy has a lot of health, but can they do it again? Barely.
Yes, they can do it. And with that, the smoothie brain gets smoothed. I can't think of a good pun. They're dead.
It got blended down.
Hmm.
Like you would blend this movie. In the meantime, Performative Heartlake, despite being in such a terrible disadvantage, has taken super hull damage. Practically. Yeah, no, I don't think it has actually taken any damage.
It's
Chip
not
is
practically, it is zero damage. Or
Yeah,
maybe
but-
it's like one Gatling
Yeah,
bullet
it
connecting.
looks kind of weird. Maybe it's just...
No, okay, it's full. It's definitely.
So, or unless the killer is full, those few Gatling shots are not going to kill. Now, red team, they don't know that a Smooth Brain has not spawned anywhere near the Supercharged Firefly.
Oh, but now they know as the smooth brain gets spotted.
Oh, now they know. But now this Smooth Brain is already regrouped with its ally. I believe red team was waiting there where the blue team could have spawned, just to prevent the spy from spawning behind them. But now they are all across Mexican standoffing, not kind of really behind this rock. Neither wants to move. Pond Rider wisely backing off already. It knows. It knows if the spy gets the chance to mooch on the roofs, it will. They're getting some
But if you
distance.
back away, you give them more time to get faster. Acquire more speed.
That is true. That's a good argument. But I assume the Mopla has the vertical mobility to dodge a ram if they were to go for that. I also believe they're backing off precisely because of the Mopla's Hades, which could give them the upper hand in the long range damage duel. Like in the first engagement, the Mopla was doing whole damage to the Supercharged Firefly before they could engage. They might be betting on that long range fight. Although blue team does not have to engage as they are leading in kills. So if the timer runs out, blue team will just casually win with his move in the hand in the bathtub.
And the smoothie brain actually both ships turning around and moving the other way. It seems like.
Yeah, it could be either they realize they could just wait out the timer, but probably they just want to move into a better position.
I mean,
As they
like,
realize they
if
couldn't do anything
if they really want to wait out the timer, we are looking to forward to probably like 8 minutes of boredom.
Or 8 minutes of speed racing! It really depends on the perspective. When you think about it, racing is just the first guy or the first person to try to run away from all the other people as fast as possible. And now the spy indeed, they were just looking for an opportunity, moving around the corner to the Mobula, as they suddenly managed to close the distance safely with this big rock in the way, and the Supercharged Firefly getting behind the Performative Heartling.
Ooh, this might be a really nice setup for the next engagement here. Punch Rider starts to drift, downwards I think.
Drifting.
But no, he stopped immediately. I think that was accidental.
No, drift cell is active for 3 more seconds, so
So
you can activate it briefly. And the
but
Performative
anyways,
Heartling just
that
getting...
is the Performative Heartling down, and that is the fourth kill for Blue. They just need to get rid of the Pond Rider, and they win.
And I suspect you'll be able to. Well, the Mobile can
Yeah,
dodge
it seems
very-
like they got an engine here. They got 2 engines.
They can't do it
They
indefinitely.
got the guns. They got the armor. They got the perma
Damage.
even though it
This
mostly
one turning
misses.
engine against all the ram!
And they ram!
The ram!
That was a really well executed ram. I gotta give them that.
Right back into it. Oh, no.
And with that awesome looking ram, it will be the canned bees obtaining the victory once more. This case against Prudish Emerich. Final score of 5-1. And they will be moving on here to face either Steel Legio Lepidoptera or Dreampunk Groove. Or Grove. I don't know.
It's a grove.
Doesn't really matter.
I've never been to a grove.
And once again, as always, we will be back once we have that match assembled. I see you. And we are coming back right now. So there we go. You know I also have the game. And we are right now in our lobby here on Miss Mutiny. And our teams are on the right side, on the left side in red. Once again, the canned Yggdrasil and Westfawn, and on the right side in blue, we are now joined by Steel, Legio, Lepidoptera, pilots Mervyn and Jenna. So, 15 seconds to match start. And it seems like we will be going into this match with yet again a Spire and a Magnate, going up against a Squid and a Corsair.
Oh boy. Will the Spire moonshine into the Corsair? Let's find out!
And get to the kills. What?
Oh boy!
Oh, start incoming. Oh god, Tika, you're really polite.
I like that warning.
We said like max. So I give the warning that it's coming, so they know.
Also, for those of you curious, wondering, that the voice you just heard, that is Tico. I don't think you will be hearing much.
Mostly just here to take over ref responsibilities from Daniel to make it easier for him to help you out commentating.
Yeah.
Tico
So-
is saving me, is what he's saying. He's saving my life.
And as we get going here, ship number 1 is this Movie Brain. It is still a Spire piloted by Yggdrasil, and he is still bringing Banshee Watcher on the bottom deck and Banshee Gatling on the top deck. And ship number 2 is the Magnetic Resonance, a magnet piloted by Bestfon. On the right side we have Gat Harpoon Watcher, and on the left side we have Gat Flak Carronade.
And for the Steel Legio, Lepidop, tap. Yep, we have Mervyn piloting the Fairy Moth Squid with a front laser, side flag, and aft Gatling and its ally, the Corsair called Paradis.
Fair
Yep,
enough.
that's correct. Piloted by Mosine, front carronade, left side Gatling Watch and right side Gatling Watch with an aft light carronade. That's the new one. Swell.
Don't worry, Daniel. I didn't do any better on the pronunciation last match in my.
Also, once again,
Nobody does.
if you want us to pronounce your ship names correctly, make them German.
I don't think that SLL hates people mispronouncing Lepidoptera.
But
not-
well, we are chatting about that. Paris, the Corsair got broken and lost some engines.
Oh, but the magnet's not getting broken and getting flanked by the Squid laser flanked by Factor.
Go! They are getting that thing going, and that's half the magnet's perma gone. But the Corsair isn't doing too great either, with 3 of
Also
the
got
engines and a
blown
third of
up.
the perma missing. And that is another break, and actually a ram!
Corsair
A
getting
Corsair
rammed by the
getting
Spire.
rammed!
The tank Spire doing its work. It lost blown to the ram.
But still, that is Now
The
the Corsair is just holding on to a quarter of their perma. On the other hand, Smoothie needs to be careful not to get killed by the Ferry Moth, who is putting their Ferry Flak to good use.
This is an intense engagement. Only the squid is getting away scot-free
Well,
so far.
it's an intense engagement, yes, but I can't actually show it completely on stream because of the fucking clouds.
As you can see for the clouds, this laser point is breaking this Magnet's armor as the Corsair is engaging in top speed.
Ooh, but it seems like they will be moving past. Oh, and getting their watcher going on the rear here. Corsair not looking too good, holding on to just 10%, and the Spire on their side.
Oh, this
Watcher
one's-
being fired, and it seems like the Corsair shot first. Smoothie Brain being broken. So is the Corsair though. And it will be the Corsair going down.
Oh,
First
despite
kill
it
for
getting
Red. Also known as Can't Beats. Oh, but the Magnet immediately follows.
Yeah, laser flag being shot work of that ship that is unable to tank as well as the Spire can. Because they're also interesting. It got a decent disable against the Spire, but the Magnet also had guns on it, so they just both shot the ship, and eventually it dies.
Okay, and the Smoothie Brain is actually now moonshine drift sailing after the Ferry Moth. So Spire trying to catch the squid.
But thanks to those beautiful clouds, the squid is unspotted, and the Smoothie Brain has lost visual contact.
Yeah,
But
and
the problem is also a little bit of it as they probably
another
knew they
problem
had
that they will
run.
soon face is a squid coming from the left and a Corsair coming over the mountain at the right. But thankfully, Best Fun comes to the rescue.
Interesting. Oh, the Corsair engaging directly from the front and popping the Spire. The Magnet is probably turning. Oh, they're pulling the Corsair balloon.
Oh. I mean, I would have actually been careful with that Poon because the Corsair is the third heaviest ship in the game.
Corsair breaking very quickly. The squid just randomly running
And
into
the
a rock.
Spire just ram-killed
Oh my
itself!
God. All those
Wait,
those rocks
wait,
there may
when
be so
did the squid die?
It was behind the Spire, and they tried to decrease altitude, and it hit the ramp.
Oh!
And then it
I
was
totally
normal.
missed that!
I saw it. And,
Okay, at least you saw that. I hope it's visible on the stream. That's the most important bit. But that is a double broken Corsair with not even half their perma going up against a very hot spawning Spire and a Magnate.
and the Spire, it's out for blood.
Yes,
Is
they
it a
want
hot
to.
spawn?
They want their revenge for ram
like
killing
hot spawn.
themselves.
Does it count as a hot spawn if your teammate has control of the ship?
It's so
no, it
hot, you
doesn't,
don't even know the
actually.
ramp!
It wasn't a hot spawn, but it was nice to say.
A lukewarm spawn.
The spawn was so cool. If it had been any cooler, the Spire would have sunglasses on.
I'm literally facepalming. I just want you to know that.
Briefly, the Ferry Moth
Make a
was spotted.
decal, Spire sunglasses.
Do you know there's decal on the Spire is on both sides? So it should be like one glass and it just gets mirrored on the other side.
Did you actually know that they are that they are
Yeah, I
not
do.
mirrored?
On the Magnet too, I think.
It's like,
That's kind of
yeah, on the Magnet they you have it also embossed, but on the Spire it's like they are not in the same position, quote unquote. They are in different positions. Oh, we actually have a quite random and quite impossible spot. I think that is some rangefinder magic going on there.
Or you just have a spyglass and you click once or twice. And it's not moving back.
That ship was not visible at all. There was thick clouds in the way.
As clouds are client-side rendered, you don't know, but they have visual confirmation on the Corsair. They might just drag the poor big giant ship down
what
before
did
the
they
squid can
just,
engage. And the noodles.
Scrobian in the chat right now with Mervyn and a lot of head scratching emojis.
The Spire ramming the Corsair again. It wants that kill. Squid
Yeah,
engaged the
they
Magnet from
want to actually they want to deliver the karma to the Corsair of the ram ship getting ram killed. Question is, will the Ferry Moth allow that? Well,
Well, it can't really
Seems like
not
it.
allow that. Now the squid laser unfortunately not able to break the Magnet's armor despite the squid's beautiful flank, even though it was a little bit slow because the red team engaged so quickly. Because they used less smoke on the laser, I believe. And that unfortunately was just not enough damage.
Yes, indeed it is less mark on the laser, but Cook is also running charged and something I can't see.
As we all know, we cannot see all of the guns sometimes. But
I
grease
would
laser,
actually
fun
assume it to
fact,
be greased.
Grease laser could be very effective if they had one that's...
Ooh, but now the Fairmouth needs to be careful not to end up
Oh,
with
that
a Watcher in
has
the
a
rear.
hot spawn coming in.
Okay, yeah, that is a hot spawn actually.
That
Kinda.
magnet better watch out, or will get burned as it's double broken.
No, it's double
Almost
broken.
dead.
Don't call your double breaks too early. And that is
Oh.
some flux going into there. A little bit less than half the perma's gone, but the Corsair is broken as well.
Because I don't get focused yet again.
Ooh, but the Corsair actually manages to sneak, well, move past the Magnate. They get a Watcher in the rear though. And a pop!
But,
They will
they
be sitting
just
down on
managed to
terrain here.
stay alive just
Better
barely.
careful. Magnetic Resonance broken as well with Flux and Watchers going in. That's a kill!
They're really doing it. The front laser squid. Oh, what's a syringe, mate? Somebody, find it down.
I think. I mean, they've done pretty well with it. They did it last round as well. It's a small bifecta with the
100% win rate? The red team has no chance.
And actually, that is a Smoothie Brain. They have engaged the Moonshine Drift Sail run here. They get broken up, sorry, once more. Flux do go in. They are just chipping. And, well, but they're doing damage, but nothing all too serious. And the Spire outrunning the squids.
Yeah, no, here's the thing. The squid, for it to use any flags, it has to turn to the side just a little bit. And that is just enough time for the Spire to keep on moving and keep on running.
And keep on drifting. And with that final nicely executed U-turn from the Spire, the squid is now facing two angry red ships, willing to kill them, or for cash that they don't get.
They should be able to stay in front of them fairly without problems. Sorry, Tico, what was that earlier?
I was just talking about the bifecta and the small amount of overlap. I was curious if a gunner on the flak would give you the extra arc you needed for that flak bifecta without turning, but they have their gunner on the laser.
They have the gun on the laser, yeah.
Chasing?
They are running engineer flak.
Yeah, I think yeah. If you mean for chasing, then you could arc more forward with the gun on the flag. But it's a very niche situation that you would have to have like 3 brains filled with smoothie to think of that one in the middle of the engagement.
Okay, so getting back to the action, we have Corsair coming around the bottom end of the world map. He will arrive in the engagement soon. Yeah.
At least keeping the spy spotted through the clouds.
And also, what you could once again briefly see is that a laser is actually only visible in the normal range. Like the extension you get from Lesmog isn't actually visible. only the parts of the laser are actually visible.
So if you want to ambush a team with triple laser on dunes, you can do that, and your laser will be invisible for a certain range.
But you will still be able to see more than half of it.
Well, that's not going to the details.
Also, if you want to get the real ambush going, you just drift sail up and down and shoot Hades out of the side.
Okay.
I mean, yes, they will see the Hades traveling, but they will never know where the ship is that shot at.
Squid, knowing that the spy is quite big, really wants to do some extra damage to the poon
Oh, but
going
need to be
out.
careful not to get
Orange
poons!
poon connection! Oh no!
Nah, it hit the balloon, sadly.
No, I think it
There's
did.
more there.
And Scrowbeard actually coming in the chat here with a bit of judgment. Drift sail is so silly.
It
Point,
is
point,
very
point.
silly. We should instead nerf failsafe, as the spy also has failsafe. It's just to make sure.
You know what?
The engines work. But the bumping into the alley just not allowing them to
And
get
that
into cover
will
is
break
steep.
them, but no follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a
no,
squid fight
I would
to
have been
turn
done. Actually, there comes the follow-up, but it sadly is. Actually, one of them actually hit, but it's sadly Way too late.
If it's great, careful there, Mervyn. Don't kill yourself on another mountain. Even though it's technically the same rock. Now,
He
to
just
notice,
bumped? No, he
grid
didn't.
flag does have raised, so at range that flag is unlikely to hit. I mean, they're probably using normal range for range. Normal rounds for a ranged flag.
Or the
But
gunner
it's too
comes
much.
over and gives some charged.
They could do it, but just spamming
Oh,
with quite
Ferrymoth coming in to the close range, quote unquote, here. Well, mid range, more mid range.
Like the Cossacks speeding up.
Oh, they are coming, but they get spotted on the intercept course, and they eat a Watcher that
They
disables their
get the
front
blue pop,
carrow.
though.
Spire being able to vertically dodge
Oh,
and
so
hit the
Spire
building.
got popped.
Actually, not vertically dodge. Actually, Spire getting popped
Beautiful
and almost hitting the
Havaksha on the
building.
magnet. Wonderful. Freaking all
Oh,
of his
that
engines.
was a really good Watcher on the magnet there, and also break and follow up being on point. That is a
was
dead
like-
magnet, and now the Smoothie Brain has to get the Moonshine Driftsail going if they want to survive.
But the Cinder will
Or
get
they're gonna
the loop,
kill.
which gives them 10% more top speed. Or they turn around with Drift Cell. They're indeed turning.
I
And now
don't
backing
know
up.
what they're doing.
I believe they want to shoot back. So
Oh, but
don't
they
get-
are double broken and steering awfully close to Karain here.
Oh, can
They were
dodge
shielding
behind this
their
building?
enemies.
Can
And
they
they
drop
survived
behind the
flights.
building before they get killed? That is the big question. And also,
Oh,
will
get
they
popped
manage
again.
to not die on terrain with Drift Cell on?
The magnet has respawned. It's not
It
so
is
hot.
trying
It's
to
not
get into
hot
the
enough. The
fight.
spire hitting the ground. No.
Aspire hits the ground, and with that, it will be SLL obtaining the victory in this match with a final score of, I do believe, 5-4.
Front lasers grid reigning supreme.
Yeah, and keeping up the win rate, 100% win rate of the front laser squid.
You know, I don't know if they used it in earlier matches, but they definitely did in their previous
Tico.
match.
Tico, don't ruin the moment.
100% win rate, Tico. 100% win rate.
100% win rate on Mr. Mutiny.
But
Okay.
because let's be honest, they wouldn't bring it if it has any less than 100%, am I right?
And you can already see the man in the lobby. I will be handing off the streaming bits now to Alpha. So, if you want to continue watching, feel free to move over to Alphitros, as he is named on Twitch. And this has been my stream, and I sure hope you had fun watching. Daniel, once again, thanks for being around here with me and keeping me company.
He's kicking me out, is what he's saying.
And
But will I leave?
I will
Let's
see
find
you
out.
again next week.
He really kicked me out of the entire thing, didn't he?